Irishman of the Year here, John Fuller. I don't know where he went, but he got honored last night. He was making fun of me because he said the first time we did this event, we had Frank Sinatra playing, and we had this playing and that playing. In other words, I think the Italians were getting made fun of. Well, guess what? We have since changed that. We brought the Eddie Testa band in. We've got the Irish dancers dancing about 8:15. So, John Fuller, thank you for making me step it up. I appreciate that very much. So I want to just make sure that everybody knows that our mayor and council are here. We've got Councilman Rob Achera in the back there with his wife Rose. We've got Councilwoman Grace Ann Tallarico. Deputy Mayor Dave Fisher, unfortunately, is out of the house here this evening. And we've got Councilwoman Geeta Kaplan in the back. I think you know who I am, but I don't know if you really know who the better half is. That would be my wife, Michelle, with one L in the back, wherever she is, my entrepreneur over there. So I'll tell you what, she does put up with a lot with me, so. Right, Michelle? I'll tell you. And I am not easy to live with, trust me, all right? I admit my faults. She's an angel, I have to say that. But before we really get started, we're going to change this a bit. We are going to start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. So if everybody could please stand. And I need you to remain standing because tonight we're also going to have a moment of silence in honor of Margie Edelson, who this whole event is named after. So let's have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Thank you. You may be seated. Margie was definitely the driving force for this event that we have. We have some VIPs in attendance. We have our township manager, David Brown, and future councilman in the city of Long Branch, because I heard he doesn't have any competition over there. So, Dave, congrats over there. We have our assistant director of the Department of Public Works and our director of recreation, Mike Patrico, and his wife, Christy. I didn't see her yet, but she might be out there. We have our township clerk, Jesse Joseph, and our deputy clerk, Amy Stewart. We have our tax collector, Susie Healy. Where are you, Susie? Listen. All right, and our tax clerk, Vinny Busanti. You can boo him, too. Thank God they're booing them, all right? Listen to me. I'll tell you right now, though, you can boo them all you want. They do a dynamic job for this town, so they really do need a round of applause there. Our director of OEM, Tommy Rue, there he is out there. I'll tell you what, this guy and I worked through the great blizzard of 26, and I'll tell you, what a fun time we had, right, Tommy? It was a blast. We have former councilman John Huss. John, where are you, John? I'll tell you, John and I have really turned a page. This guy, right, John? Do you love me now, John, or what? Because there was a time when John wasn't too happy with me, but right, I think I warmed him over because I brought a couple of women over to him, and he's single, by the way, and he's looking, all right? Jen's like, yeah, he comes from me, but believe me, there's a lot in this house here. We have former deputy mayor Bill Garofalo. That was, of course, my predecessor. So you know what? Taught me a lot. Thank you, Bill. You are the best. And we have former Deputy Mayor Rich Long. Where are you, Richie? Richie was known as the best-dressed councilman in Ocean Township at one point. Rich, can you stand up, please, so we can see what you got on tonight? What do you got on? You got the leather jacket on and stuff? He looks good. He's classy. We were supposed to have our township engineer here, Greg Blash, but unfortunately he did not make it this evening. And before we get into some of our other special guests, ladies, do I have a surprise for you? Single ladies, that is, okay? We brought in a star tonight, okay? You guys don't realize it. I'm gonna ask him to stand up, but we have, if Mr. Rob Gosling could stand up, the guy with the shirt unbuttoned. This is the former Mr. New Jersey 1994 right here, ladies. I'll tell you, we got star power here tonight. I'm gonna have him go table to table. There you go. Goslin, I took care of you. I also want to thank him because since then he's, risen above, and now he's on our planning board. Rob Gosling, Amir Berkovitz is back there on our planning board. Former Asbury Park police captain too, Amir. So this guy served his municipality over here and lives in Ocean Township. So thank you, Amir. We have our zoning board members, Gino DeLomo and John Fuller. Thank you guys for serving this town. We have other special guests. We have the Edelson family out here this evening. Did Greg get here yet? Did I see him? Greg was supposed to say a couple words. So Greg, I believe your dad wants you to get embarrassed a bit. So come on up, Greg. I'm going to give you the mic for a minute or two. Let's go, Greg. Because this is in honor of his mom, all right? You too. Or you just got in?
Good evening, and thanks for letting us honor March. I'm one of the 5 Edelson children. For those who didn't know our mom, who this is named after, and thank you, she was an amazing public servant and volunteer in the town of Ocean, and she loved this town. And she taught us that community service and public service and the concept of community is only as good as the public servants and all of the volunteers in your town. And she would say to us, look at all the activities you're a part of, pay attention, and notice that all of the things we participate in are great because of all of the energy of the public servants and the volunteers. And she said, and also notice, it's usually the same people doing all of the work. And that's why all the things that you participate in that are excellent happen. And that's all of you. So if you're in this room tonight, most likely you're one of those people, so thank you. Your mom taught in the school system all of her career, and some of the things that we noticed that we're so proud of is that she would notice, and she thought everybody deserved the same opportunity and the same enrichment. And over the years, you'd always hear about somebody that she noticed maybe wasn't being challenged. And she would find an activity or suggest a club or even give them something to take home. And not necessarily our children, but children she noticed in the school system. And that was always really incredible. And for me, one of the stories that stood out to me was back in Dow Avenue, right when we went to that elementary school. They had a father-son night. Dow Avenue fans, there we are. We used to walk to Dow Avenue. That was a long walk. I didn't like that. And I remember going to the father-son night, being very excited about it. It was you climb up the rope with your dad, do crazy stuff. But before we got there, we went to 3 other houses, and my mom just noticed that there were some other boys our age that deserved to go there. And it was my dad's job to be their dad that night. And she just did things like that. And the 4 monkeys climbing on my dad, he's just trying to go up a rope or something embarrassing. And it was awesome. She never wanted credit for that, but she had eyes for all of that. And that's who she was, and that's who you all are. So thank you. Thanks for letting us say a few moments about our mom, and thank you for honoring her. So the mission hasn't changed, right? Public service and community are still the same. It's give everybody, regardless of who they are, an opportunity and make the opportunities awesome. And so thank you. So the next generation of Marges, go get them.
And just in honor of the Edelson family, if we could have another quick moment of silence in honor of his brother Gary, who recently passed, who was so involved with our historical museum, you know, untimely passing of Gary, who was such a great servant to this municipality. So here's to Gary. Thank you. And I can't really thank my volunteers enough, my volunteer fire departments that do so much for this municipality. One person in particular, who's a Wanamassa fireman here, was also a former councilman, Mike Evans. So Mike, this guy served in multiple capacities, and now he's a fire commissioner. So there you go, Mike. Thank you for your service as well. We want to also give special thanks to our Human Services and Recreation Department. We want to thank Jen Nordstrom, of course, for always coordinating these great events. I want to thank the Webbs out there. Kristen Weber, where are you? Thank you, Kristen. John Clank Jr., John Clank Sr., Virginia Ferraro, and our entire team here in Human Services, Recreation, and Special Events. Thank you very much. Now, one more quick list, and then it's dinner time. We cannot make this happen without everybody in this room that filled in. So thank you very much. But most importantly, I got handed a check tonight from one corporate sponsor who is our platinum sponsor, and I can't thank him enough. He serves on our zoning board. He is the general manager of Shrewsbury Volkswagen. He's a member of the Italian American Association. Mr. Gino DeLomo, thank you for that $10,000 check. Who did not want to come up here, did not want to be recognized, but sorry, Gino, it's something I had to do. I want to thank Middlebrook Management, Robbie Silverstein, $5,000 gold sponsorship. Him and the family over there at Middlebrook. Plus, not only do they do $5,000, but for my seniors, he always pays for the super senior luncheon for anybody who's 85 years old and older. Right here at the Renaissance, we've done it. So thank you to Robbie and his family. And believe me, that's not all Robbie does. He constantly calls Jen. He wants to have balloon people and all sorts of things going on. So gotta love him. Lunches for the cops, he's just so good. We have our $2,500 event sponsors. We've got two of them. Three. Oh, there we go. We got the Italian American Association right here. Here you go, guys. We've got the Women's Club of Asbury Park. My wife, Michelle Napolitani. Thank you very much for pressuring them. And the favorite guy in this house right here. What's the favorite? I wouldn't say fast food. This is better than fast food. Chick-fil-A? Yeah. Ramon, you're in the back here. Ramon, can you stand up so everybody can see who you are? There he is. And he's sponsoring our upcoming Easter egg hunt. There you go. Congratulations on the baby, Ramon. I love you, buddy. I want to thank our $1,000 silver sponsorships. Oceanside Human Service. There you go, Home Services. Our very own Scott and Susan. Oh, wait. Listen to me. I'm sorry. Scott's always going to be recognized as Oceanside. Sorry, Scott. Scott, I know you're out, but it's still your baby, right? You grew it and you married it off, right? Just like your daughter. I want to thank Senator Vin Gopal and the Vin Gopal Civic Association. He did our bar tonight. There you go. That's everybody should be cheering him, right, Mike? There you go. My office also did $1,000. My wife and I, so we want to help Jen out and get these events going. Hey, look, you put your money where your mouth is, right? We have $500 corporate sponsors. I have Traffic Plan. I have Dryers Lumber. I have Leon Esabaki Consulting Engineers and Wegmans. We have our annual event sponsor, Party Fair. They help out with all our special events. They're extremely generous with their donations to Jen. Every time she gets out there and asks, they're there. And I'd also like to thank all of the companies and all the individuals that placed ads for Jen at her request. Thank you very much for supporting this great town. We totally appreciate you. To date, we've already received $28,775. That's what makes these events great. We got a great fireworks show coming up in July, lots of other events. I'm going to do another charity event in September, so keep tuned. It's dinner time, everybody.
These two girls who are sisters, this is Haley and Heidi, and they are going to be doing a light jig for you. The girls are all getting ready now to come out in their hard shoe. While they're changing their shoes, you'll see when Abby comes on, she's one of our senior dancers, and she's going to be starting off the hard shoe dances with a trad set. Trad sets, and all three girls are going to dance a trad set. There's to specific music, and every single dancer who learns these trad sets, regardless of where you are in the world, will learn essentially the same steps. So she's going to be starting with the Blackbird, which is, like I said, one of the traditional sets.
attendance.
Feel free to clap along.
I think the Hawks grandparents are here of our two youngest, right? So thank you girls, you did an excellent job. Thank you so much.